Everybody, it's Matt Johnson. We are back with another episode of Real Estate Uncensored. This is the place where you get actionable ideas, insight, and inspiration to turn your real estate career into a life of freedom. So we have a fun and casual episode for you today because we have no guest. It's just you and me. It's just Greg and me, and we're going to talk about cold calling. If anybody caught the Inman article, there was a profile on Aaron Wittenstein and Greg McDaniel doing like live streaming prospecting into the lead gen scripts and objections group. We're going to talk about that article. We're going to talk about how to overcome your fear of picking up the phone and calling. And we were also on a webinar the other day for Active Rain that some of you may have caught, where we talked about some of the scripts and some of the mindset issues that come up when you're prospecting. And we'll go over some of those things for those that did not make that particular webinar. So we got a lot to get to, as always. And of course, we're trying to broadcast on Smile Time. We're still getting the kinks worked out on that so that we can stream live right into Facebook so you guys can watch the podcast live on Facebook. We're still working out some audio issues and some other things there with the Facebook integration. It's been interesting. That's why we're a couple minutes late. So we apologize, but we will be here with your crack.
just right. Give me the good stuff.
That's sidle up. The first dose is free.
This is just a taste. See what you think. Come on back if you like it.
That's right. That's right. All right, guys. So, all right. Greg, first of all, my co-pilot, as always, the junior grandmaster himself, in the seat today. How are you?
I'm in the seat. I'm literally sitting down.
Somebody called it an $800 an hour seat the other day.
It's because that's what my value is when I'm doing my prospecting calls. Actually, I think I dumbed it down.
What's the value when you're talking to me about nothing?
It's negative $492.
It should cost you money. That's exactly how much I should charge you for the 20 minutes of BS we do every day.
Oh God, man! If we didn't get our BS, we'd have to inflict that on to all of our listeners and viewers, and they do not want to hear what we talk about off air. We both know that, because damn, that's some scary shit.
That's fun.
But fun. And I think you and I are both a little frustrated right now because we're trying to get Smile Time to go. We were so looking forward to it. If you guys go to Pursuing Results, go to Greg McDaniel. Either one of those, if you guys want to see what Smile Time looks like, you guys can go take a look at those there. Give us your thoughts on it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to ask you guys, once we get the kinks worked out on this thing, we're going to ask you guys that when you see us on Facebook, going live or whatever else, doing, our podcasts, please just share it out onto your wall. That's something that we have never asked anything of anybody. We're going to ask you guys to go do that. Help us spread the word, exponentially explode this podcast so that we can keep a good, entertaining, fun, educational podcast going and growing, and just squash all the unfun, boring bullshit.
Yeah, and more importantly, which is the reason why we're actually moving over to Smile Time, is that so you guys can interact. So the deal with Smile Time is if you guys are on like a Google Chrome browser, or if you have the handy dandy Smile Time app on your phone right here.
A huge phone.
That's right. But anyway, this is the Smile Time app. So if you have that, you can join the show. And so just like Loveline, you can call in and you can ask questions and stuff like that. It's going to be like the video version of Loveline for real estate. That's the vision here, is to do something really, really fun. So
and you are Dr. Drew.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, I'm not sure who I was. I always fancied myself as the Adam Carolla role, but somehow I got stuck being the normal, sane one that reins you in, Greg.
And we both know that, Matt, sometimes you fail epically on that. But
I do. Well, sometimes I go off on rants myself, and I can't help that. So anyway.
Yes, you do. I got hateful after last show.
That's right. So that's the deal with Smile Time. So as we transition over to that platform, there will be a way for you guys to join us, not only to chat and have the chat actually show up on screen, and we can highlight it, and we can give you props, we can talk to you on the show. But if you're on either the app or if you're on Google Chrome browser, you can actually we can invite you to be on the show, and you can actually ask your question live on video, which is going to be awesome.
It's going to be
so we're excited for that. Yes,
yeah,
it's going to be very, very cool.
We can book you guys as guests if you guys wanted to, maybe if you wanted your office to tackle a problem or something, or your team, we could rotate through with you guys, do live fire with you.
Yeah.
I mean,
live role play.
Yeah, we could have me, Matt, and Aaron on like we did with the last one, and we can have you guys just crushing it up there with us. And then since it's recorded, then you guys can take it home and you can have it. So it's really, really cool. We're super pumped about this thing because we want to get to know you guys better.
Yeah.
Because we can only we can sort
I know
of interact
Greg.
with you.
I'm fine with Greg. I'm all full up on my knowledge of Greg.
You can never be too full of Greg. Never.
I don't know, man. I got like a 32-ounce big gulp at 7-Eleven worth of Greg.
That's why I just bought you a 64-ounce.
All right,
double
great.
down.
That's fantastic.
You're like, damn it.
So first of all, if you are watching this on YouTube, make sure to hit subscribe. That way you get all of our future and past videos, and you can binge on us like Netflix. And then if you want the audio version nestled between your ears where we so belong.
So belong.
That's right. Go to iTunes and Stitcher and subscribe there. That way you get all of our episodes. So moving on, there was an interesting a question on the lead gen scription objections group that caught my eye that I think you can deal with because it specifically concerns Mojo, which you're using all the time, and voicemails, which I know people have a lot of questions on whether or not to leave voicemails when they are prospecting. Yeah. I believe this has to do mostly with circle prospecting, so let's set that as the context.
Okay.
So Matthew McKenna says, those using Mojo, do you wait to hit the drop voicemail button until you hear the beep, or just immediately once voicemail picks up? I'm not sure if the program is smart enough to hear the beep and start leaving the recording, or if it starts leaving the recording as soon as you click the button.
As soon as you hear they're like, hi, this is Matt and Julie and our 3 obese babies. We're not here right now. As soon as you hear that, the recorded voice, just go drop voice, and they'll keep making you more available to talk to a live person or put another one to voicemail sooner than later. You don't want to sit there and listen to the whole damn message. Who cares? I don't care about your sing-songy voice message. I just want to get on to the next warm body that might want to buy or sell a piece of property with me. But always make sure that you're leaving a message and it's concurrent with what you're calling about. Don't try to make just broad messages. And people always ask me, Matt, since we're on this, do I get callbacks from messages? And I do. I got a couple of callbacks today. I have 2 missed calls right here. Talked to a wonderful woman. Too bad her daughter's in real estate and works for her local competitor. But
of course.
And it's just, if you don't leave a message, then it's like not being there. Try to make them entertaining, short, educational, and to the point, and then just rock and roll. You can add as many messages in the back as you want. So, it's definitely something I would go over. But you don't want to know something interesting, Matt?
What's up?
I actually just got a question from Elizabeth. She said, a quick question. What did you say you guys are switching to instead of Hangouts? Still trying to make sure that we have the best setup. Elizabeth, we are switching over to Smile Time. So if you're watching this, go take a look at it. Matt and I just talked about it a little bit. It's the reason why is because we can interact with you guys. We want to have more interaction with you.
And then broadcast to Facebook Live.
And a broadcast to infinite, it explodes us beyond our wildest dreams out to hundreds of thousands of people, which is so stinking cool. I got to tell you.
Yeah. All right, ready for another question?
Sounds like we're egotistical maniacs. Put our faces everywhere.
Well, just everywhere on Facebook. I mean, we're not megalomaniacal. We don't want to be on bus stops, but
Well, Matt, my face was on 2 moving trucks. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
It was.
Your 19-year-old face was on 2 moving trucks.
21, thank you. I could drink at that point.
Okay. All right. So Dion Malouche asks, give me some great responses to this famous real estate phrase. I'm not giving it away.
Well, good, ma'am. You shouldn't give it away. It's a precious commodity. No.
Man, love how you assume it's a man. Anyway, go ahead. So this, I'm assuming this is in response to like the objection from the seller. Well, I'm not going to give it away. That's pretty typical. I think Mike LaFido said that's pretty common, even in luxury real estate, that where the prices are a little bit more flexible. Their biggest concern is they don't want to leave money on the table. They don't want to put it on the market for less than they could have got.
You're right. The response to that is, you know what, Matt and Julie and your 3 obese baby, little wood denter bastards of yours, you know what? Our job is to price your property as close to the selling price that it's going to get. Now, pricing a home is not a precise art there because we can't predict what the stock market, what the economy, what weather patterns are going to be doing once your home is ready to hit the marketplace. But what we can do is do a most educational guess based upon the facts that are presented to us in front of us. Our job is to get the most amount of people through that front door in the shortest amount of time and create the biggest buzz so that people will be fighting in the streets and there'll be blood strewn all over your front yard from the epic battles that will take place over your rose garden. Because we did our job so well. That is our job. Mass mayhem and murder and home sales. That should be our new slogan.
mass murder, mayhem, and home sales.
And the home sales won't last.
All right, yeah. Well, apparently so.
We're thinning the herd for stupid people, and we're also helping the intelligent people who got the house to move on into the good neighborhoods.
I'm just envisioning those Capital One commercials with the barbarians, like a crowd of barbarians flooding over the hill.
That's exactly what was going through my mind. But ultimately, at the end of the day, your script is also going to end up saying like, Matt, Julie, your 3 obese little wood denting bastard babies. The market can shift $50,000 any given Sunday. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to recorrect and look at the market right before we go on the market. And you know what? We will see what comes down, but we're going to do our 100% best to get the highest and best price for you, because there's no way in heck that I want to have it. I don't want to have you leave any money on the table as well, because I know that you need X, Y, and Z to take it to the next property to move on to where you need to go. So when should we get the contract signed? Great.
All right. Cool. I like it. So Amy Guest Chambers says, I'm curious, those who prospect expireds, FSBO, circle prospecting, whatever, those leads that essentially become clients and close deals, are you friending them on any social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc.?
Yeah, we need to get a restraining order, ma'am. That's a little over the top.
Okay.
No, actually, I think it's a really good idea. I'm not so sure how pumped the sellers are going to be. It's like, let's talk to this dude, Matt. Why is he friending me? Delete, block, report.
Well, we're talking, those leads that essentially become blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I guess, she could be asking about in the lead prospecting process. I would say if you have a really good conversation with somebody, potentially.
Yeah.
If they are just a good connection to have on LinkedIn and you had a good conversation, I'd say that's probably good enough for a LinkedIn connection request. I don't know about a Facebook request.
Maybe not a Facebook request, but what you could do if they accept, great, but you can also go in and create lists of people that you can follow up with independently. So you can create a list just for FSBOs or expireds that are in the lead status, right? So you can keep up with what they're doing. This does sound totally like a stalker, but we have the best
well, wouldn't you like to know if you have a listing consultation with somebody for tomorrow and they their Facebook feed is just full of pictures of them at the Grand Canyon, hey, we're going hiking, and it's like they're clearly not even in the same state.
You're like, damn it,
yeah.
They totally blew me off. Well, at least it didn't waste your time, right? You could it could also show the fact that you're very tech savvy, you're very up on social media, that you're very with it, you got your fingers on the pulse of the marketplace and technology. there's a lot of pros and cons to it. It really depends on how you want to run your business, but shit, man, go for it. Give it a run. See what happens.
Yeah, I'm kind of I would tend to lean towards that too, and
lean towards.
I think LinkedIn is easier because it's more professional, and you're connecting as a professional with someone that potentially needs your services. As opposed to Facebook, which you never quite know if somebody just uses for personal, if they use it for like me and Greg use it almost entirely for business.
Yeah.
Although I do put some more personal stuff up on mine, but it's all things that I'm perfectly comfortable with people in business seeing, because I use it primarily for business. But you wouldn't know that necessarily from the outside looking in. You'd have to ask. I
should take the picture down of myself at the lake wearing the 12er as a hat, super sunburned. Should I take that picture down?
Yes.
Yes, Craig, you should absolutely take that down.
Yeah.
But there's that argument there, though. There really is that argument that, hey, if you're going to like me, you're going to like me. Here I am.
That's true.
Full Monty. If you like it, you can keep it. If you don't, throw me back. I don't care. That's more my mindset, as we all know.
Yeah, you're like a pair of shoes from Zappos. If only you came with free shipping, Greg. All right.
Oh, that is the quote of the show right there. Free shipping, Greg.
That's right. All right. So let's, what do you say we give some shout outs and mention some resources and stuff like that, and then let's dive into prospecting a little bit. We'll talk about the Inman article, and we'll talk about how to overcome fear of prospecting, call reluctance, all that good stuff. So first of all, resources. So if you want Greg's scripts, go to gregsfavoritescripts.com. It's all free. There is a PDF downloadable document there. You just pop in your email and you can download it on the spot. It gives you like 15 of Greg's favorite scripts we recorded a while back. And there's actually links to the videos where Greg goes through each and every script, so I can actually hear the tonality, hear the phrasing, all that good stuff, like know exactly where it fits in, know exactly how it sounds, so you can imitate it and kind of work it into your own prospecting.
Ah, crap. I've been charging $10 for that. Should I refund the money?
Yeah. Anyway, As far as what we do charge for, go to farmlikegreg.com, farmlikegreg.com, and you can see the video course we put together last year for farming and prospecting. It talks about how to pick out your geographic farm, what turnover rates to look for, how big it should be, cold, warm, and hot outbound prospecting methods. Then it's got 2 really good bonus videos, stuff that we haven't covered on the podcast, like the 3 events you should be running and how to do it, and then how to really use Zillow. And that's where Greg basically just spends 25 minutes brain dumping on all the cool things that he uses Zillow for. It's really, really good. That is $99 total for 10 videos plus 2 bonus videos. It's got to be 8 or 9 hours of content. So that's farmlikegreg.com. And then remember, guys, to check out Homing In. So, Greg, you're starting to get more and more seller leads coming through that platform from homeowners in your area. So, guys, go download that. No matter what platform or device that you have, go download Homing In, because there might be sellers that are requesting home valuations from agents in your area that are not getting responded to, and you should be responding to them because it's basically free seller leads. So how about we go download that?
Yeah, you definitely got to do it. Hold on, I got to log out and log back in to Homing In. But I have had a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 leads from Homing In so far. I have 2 more booklets here that I couldn't get to dropping off today, but they're, my average is price $1,250,000, $1,015,000, $1,060,000, $1,050,000, $1,065,000, $965,000, $865,000, $1,700,000, $900,000. These are healthily priced properties. Now, if these jerk-offs would just get back to me and let me list their house, that would be a win.
Well, that's where the magic of follow-up comes in, Greg.
Oh, that's systems. Oh, don't go down that. I already have a headache. You talk about systems.
That's right. All right.
But it is cool.
Yeah, it is very good. All right, so Greg, who do you have to shout out?
Dude, I got so many people, bro. Okay, Elizabeth Farr. Elizabeth Farr Gray Carr. That is her full name, and she's an awesome woman. But we're going to be broadcasting directly into her brokerage, giving them the challenge to do some cool prospecting. So thanks for reaching out. Rachel, thank you for doing the article for us. It was a great article. Tina, let's see, I'm going to go through these. Tina, Paul, Brinley, what's going on? I gave Brinley a lead yesterday of one of our McDaniel challenges. Mike had a great talk with Alexa. Josh, Juan, Oscar, Bob, Nash, Matthew, Nate, Jesse, Jonathan, Ryan. These are just a few of them, guys. Raymond, Barbie, Antonio, Doris, Ken, Brian, Trey, Delphini, Kim, Julio, and Neil. Wow. Your eyes are like, darn. No, but such cool stuff. And then the McDaniel challenge, guys, you really need to get off your duff. No joke. Because I am booked into my next opening is March 22nd of next year for the free coaching. But we'll get into that after we get some more value. How's that?
All right, cool. So tell me about the how this whole Inman article came about. If anybody missed it, it is called "How to Design a Better Plan for Prospecting: A Candid Interview with Aaron Wittenstein on Lead Generation." I believe they spelled Aaron's name incorrectly, but and then you're in it too because you and Aaron both have been doing live lead gen prospecting into the group on Facebook Live, which was really fascinating to them, and so they actually interviewed you both a little bit. And so how did that come about?
You know what? I just got an email one day from Rachel. She's like, "Hey, I'm writing an article. It's going to be coming out, and I want to make sure that I have everything in there correct about you. Take a look at it, and then let's put it out there." And it was really timely because doing anyone who's watching this right now, our whole one watcher. No, I'm kidding. Actually, we have a pretty good stream right now. So all y'all that are watching right now at 4:30, I'm going to be going live again. And the really unique part about it, Matt, is what they're finding when they were talking to people is the fact that, just Matt and I doing what we do, it's inspiring other people to go do what we do because they see how Matt, I'm just as fried as you are today for some reason.
Goodness. We're bad.
We are horrible.
Yeah, this is bad.
but we look so good. How can it be so bad?
Because neither one of us can talk today. I don't know what the deal is.
I even had my carrot
we
juice.
both skipped our carrot juice. Yeah.
Oh God! But no, what it is? I mean, I'm getting messages, calls, text messages, Facebook messages from people going, "Dude, thank you beyond belief for doing what you do. It's inspired me to go out there and do what I, to do circle prospecting." Speaking of that, dude, I've got to read this one text. It is epically hilarious.
Okay.
If I can get it here, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it here fast enough for all of us. But basically, oh shoot, what was her name? She basically said, "Greg, thank you so much for inspiring me to do what I see you guys do. I went out there and is it Tina? Oh, that pulls up. Oh, here it is. Hi, Greg. Thank you. Thank to you and Brian Casella. I put on my lady balls last night, as you would say, and went out door knocking. I was absolutely terrified. I put it off as much as I could, and it turns out I met some wonderful people. Thank you so much for what you guys are doing." And so that's the kind of the reason, like there's starting to be this little spread of like these agents, Matt and I, Aaron and I, Lord, I guess today Aaron is Matt. And you are going to be
apparently so.
We're just going to leave it like that. It's much easier for my brain. But Aaron and I we didn't think it was going to take off and do anything like this, but it just has, starting to spin and people are liking what they're seeing. So Aaron and I keep doing it. Yeah. And I always try to get Eileen, make sure that I go live as soon as she gets in the office, because she is shaking her head at me like I'm going to murder him with a spoon. But watching that go live and I just I don't try to mess with her, but I can't talk, so I'm going to shut up now. And hey, it's a live show.
Oh my God, that's funny. All right, so let's get into the call reluctance issue and take me back to when you first started prospecting, right? That's what I'm really curious about, because now you're 80,000 calls in. I mean, you can just
actually
you basically. Okay, what is it? What is it? 110,000 calls now?
Somewhere in that book. We can call it 111 if you want to, but it's semantics. So it's a shit ton of calls. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. So you've done like 85,000 plus or something like that. So anyway,
20,000 calls.
Yeah. Well, let's try to get realistic here. Anyway. so you're 85,000 plus calls in. So you can just sit down in the chair, you flip on Mojo, and you're rolling. Yeah. You know exactly what you're going to say. All you need is a couple pieces of information. Where's the home? Where am I calling? How much did it sell for? How much overpriced, or what was the days on market? Like once you have those 3 or 4 pieces of information, you're ready to roll, and you just sit down and go. I think what stops a lot of people is they think there's a lot of stuff they need, when really what they need is just to start doing it and get over the fear, and they only probably need 3 or 4 pieces of information, and they can be rolling. So, but take me back to when you first started prospecting. What was it like for you, and how did you push yourself through the same call reluctance that everybody else deals with?
Dude, it's scary as shit. Are you kidding me? I mean, it's no different for me. I mean, I just have to pick up my skirt, grab my balls, and get out the door and go do it. I mean, because the fact of the matter is that the people get so afraid of hearing that teeny tiny 2-letter word no, because they take it as a personal rejection. And if you are able to put yourself in the right mental mindset, if you're able to do a high power pose prior to going on the call, if you're just starting to do it. So if you guys aren't familiar with high power poses, it's either doing the Superman when you stand with your hands on your hips, or the victory V with your hands up, or the boss when you put your hands behind your head, put your feet on your desk, you lean back, and you do these for 3 to 5 minutes. It'll physiologically change you to where you exude positive energy, and then you go out there and you start hanging out and talking with these people. Also go out there with the idea, mindset that, look, even though they haven't met you, they're gonna like you. And try to find ways to make people laugh. I throw in a tiny little script, like if they say they're going to be staying there, which 90% of the people are going to say that, 95% of the people are going to say that. I just ask immediately. I'm like, and I learned this. I learned this from Bob Stewart over at Active Rain. His mom did the script, and it was, well, okay, that sounds great. So which one of your annoying neighbors should I be calling to help them get out of your neighborhood? And do it with a laugh and a giggle. It breaks the ice. It starts people talking about how much they like the neighborhood. Then you ask what aspects about it, how long have they been there, where did they move from, if they were going to move, would they stay in town or go out of town, what price would entice them to potentially sell if they woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning and something changed. You have fun, like I have been quoted as, and it is my quote now, we are here to serve, not sell, right? And you are there for service. I mean, but you have to understand and be okay with the idea of hearing no. Now, the book Go for No, like I said, before, has really changed the way my mindset operates. I am excited about getting the F offs. I'm excited about the shut ups or the hang ups or the rude person because old people are rude, dude. Straight up. I mean, the further they are down the old pole here, they got one foot in the grave. I mean, they are assholes. And that's why I don't call retirement communities. They don't like me, even though they're very viable prospects of someone who could be having to sell soon. Death is sometimes funny. But I go out there and I just have fun with it. I relax. I understand what's coming down the pipe, and then once you get used to hearing the word no, you become desensitized to it. Therefore, it's no longer a big deal. And celebrate. I mean, honestly, set up a celebration pattern for you and maybe an accountability partner or someone else, that whoever can get the biggest F off in the week, they get a beer on a Friday, or you buy them something special, or it's a prize. Because I guarantee the person that gets the biggest F off is also going to get the most leads. And ultimately, that's where you want to be. And it talks about it in that book. And that's what I'm striving for. To answer your question, that's a really long way around that. But what I'm doing is I'm trying to set up my own personal. I want to get told to go blank myself as many times as possible in a week, because that means I'm calling a lot of people.
So you have shared, yes.
Yeah, yes, I have. But that's as easy as it is. And just understand that you're going to be okay for going out there, tripping over your tongue, saying the wrong thing. It's fine. It's what you have to cut your teeth somewhere. So what are you going to do? You're going to be perfect? Are you an A-list, actor with, awards coming out of your nose? No, you're not. You're an average real estate agent. You're going to screw up. That's cool, man. That's fine. It's human. If you guys haven't watched me live, you've got to go watch me live. I screw up religiously. I mean, I say people's names wrong because I'm dyslexic, and I own that. I'm like, hi, Frank. This is Bill. Sorry about that.
Hence why Aaron asks for the owner of XYZ Main Street or whatever.
Matt, come on, now I have to pronounce a street? Are you shitting me?
Yeah, that's true. Like, can I speak to the owner of 1, 3?
Can I speak to the owner of the home?
Mocking Lane, something. Yeah.
That's funny shit, dude.
It just gives you something else to screw up. Oh, that's funny.
Vote of confidence right there. Thank you. Gives you another way to totally screw the pooch.
Oh man, yeah. I'm a big fan of asking for people by name, but I don't have a problem mispronouncing most people's names. I'm usually able to kind of phonetically sound my way through something, even if it's foreign. I can usually nail down approximately what the nationality is and how they're pronounced, so I'm pretty good at randomly guessing that stuff. So I would do that before I would ask for the owner of, and try to rattle off an address. But that's
Aaron's also doing
anything works. Expireds. Like whatever you're confident in is probably going to work.
Well, Aaron's also doing expireds and FSBO, so he's directly asking for that at 8 o'clock in the morning. So
exactly.
I mean,
you're calling Well, you could make the same point about circle prospecting. You could say, hey, the house down the street on Main Street sold. I see you're right there on Spring around the corner. Like you're calling like address based around circle prospecting, so you can do the same thing.
Based, but I'm also doing a wide perimeter because Mojo allows you.
How wide do you go out, by the way? I don't think we've ever talked about that.
As wide as your kids, Matt. That's pretty damn wide.
Wide as my floor denting, obese, lacto-ovarian, vegetarian kid.
No, there's no vegetarian anything in there.
Oh, they're not vegetarian. They're definitely. Not only are they meat eaters, they're Twinkie eaters. That's what you're saying?
Oh yeah, dude. The only vegetarian they'll get close to is McDonald's fries.
Oh man. That's funny.
Too much fun.
Not a lot of greens in the diet. No. All right. So how wide do you go out on your radius when you're pulling leads through like the Mojo neighborhood? Because you've got the neighborhood circle pro. Remind me what the option is on Mojo that gives you that ability.
I don't know. It's mapping. It's on the far left. Or you go into the lead store, just go to the far left and buy it. And you can go out up to 1,500. Numbers and names, or is it 1,500 or 2,000? It's somewhere right in that ballpark. But if you're like one number over, it will shut you down, won't let you do it. But you know what? I go out. You got to be careful on this when you're doing Mojo calls and mapping like this, because like anything else, like this is what will start to take place, and then you get some real big problems. So you have like these circles that you're calling into, right? Well, these people here in the middle, the people that are getting overlapped, They get really ticked off about being overlapped. Like, damn it, Greg. I actually had this lady call. She's like, Greg, you called me 3 times this week. What do you want? I will call you when we move. I'm like, okay, I got to come up with a new solution here. So if you're going to do, I also then came up with a grid system. So I would grid out different areas, and it made it much more efficient and effective because I could just do Alamo 6 or Danville 2, and I know I wouldn't be overlapping people that much. Okay. But work whatever is the best for you. Also, if you don't want to go super wide because maybe it's a different part of town or the properties are unapplicable or whatever, make your own judgment call. But make sure that you, I mean, for me, I know that every 250th outbound, just a call. I don't have to talk to them. I don't have to, just a ring.
Just a dial. Yeah.
Just a ring. I know that on average, every 250 outbound calls, I will get a solid lead. And of course, it's all mathematical. So like Midori did 200, how many did you do? 350? 350 calls and got her teeth kicked in all day, right? I'm going to get on and I don't know how I'm going to do, but maybe like today our totals are just going to suck. And then, maybe tomorrow or Friday's calls are just going to be epic. You never know.
Yeah. Yeah. The averages always come back around, right?
Yeah. They always come back around, and, it's very time efficient. Let's put it that way. That's why I actually ultimately chose to go to a triple line dialer.
Yeah.
A lot of people get so afraid of it. They're like, oh my God, how do I do a triple line dialer? It's so freaky. I'm scared to death. What's going to happen? Oh. I'm like, quit being a little bitch. As Grant Cardone would say.
That's right.
Stop being a little bitch.
With a heavy Southern accent.
Yeah, which I'm not going to try to do because I'll sound super, super stupid.
Oh, don't worry. The source sounds just as stupid.
No, but I mean, it's painfully simple to do these calls. The only thing that's complicated is right up here, right between your ears, because
man. Come on, man. Come on.
We got to stop doing Southern accents.
Like hustle muscle. All right.
Oh my God, you want some biscuits and gravy with that? Jesus. Right. Oh, that was awesome. So you got another question for me? Should I just keep rambling?
No, I was looking at this question that caught my eye. There's, she says, I'd love to hear scripts for this situation. So I'm gonna give you the situation. The question is from Lauren Stormont in Peachtree Corners, Georgia, which sounds like a suburb of Atlanta.
Sounds yummy too.
Yeah, well, Georgia peaches. All right, so our team has the majority of listings in our neighborhood where we live. A neighbor who purchased a few years ago called and asked for me to visit with her since our team is leading the market out here.
Awesome.
She didn't purchase the home with us and said she's having loyalty issues. That's pretty good. So in other words, she's basically asking, she wants to meet with them. She's thinking about not listing the home with the agent that she bought it through. And so she said, I pulled out every bold script I knew. She called the agent who originally sold her the home, said the agent gave her a guilt trip and did not take it well. So now she's leaning towards listing with that agent. Oh my God.
Wait, so let me get the story. So our question asker, what's her name again?
Lauren.
Lauren. She went and met with the seller. The seller then called and told the original agent she worked with. That agent then called Lauren and bitched her out.
No bitching, no agent to agent bitching out. Just the agent laid a guilt trip on the seller. Said, look, I sold you the house. I helped you get into the house. I should be the one that lists the house. And so now the seller is coming back to Lauren saying, hey, I really should list with her. Like, what do you do to combat that? Do you offer a referral fee and just offer to put their name on it? That's probably what I would do, is just say, look, clearly you wanted to go with me. You weren't super impressed with her. If you want to just keep the peace, I will be more than happy to give them a 25% referral fee, slap their name on it, and they get to make money for doing nothing.
Yeah, but also ask what originally attracted you to me. Don't make statements to them. Ask them questions. Help them come to their own conclusion. Because obviously, if the other agent was doing her job, then you wouldn't even gotten a phone call. Okay, so there is definitely a value add that seller already sees in you. So just magnify it. Pull a Donald Trump. Make everything absolutely through the roof huge when it could be about this big, like a frog fart.
It's huge.
Huge.
It's tremendous.
It's amazing. I'm amazing. I'm awesome. I'm the best. It's so cool. I mean, unbelievable. He's a fantastic person. The day before, that guy's a cocksucker.
Oh, that's right.
Like, what?
That's right.
But don't be Donald Trump. Just don't blow it up. You show them how
Okay.
valuable
All right.
you are.
So
Also,
ask
something you can
questions.
do
So what
is
originally attracted you to me? Okay.
originally attracted. You also itemize and list. Like Aaron has 150 point value added listing presentation that he hands out to people. You can find that stuff. Go to Active Rain, go to Inman, just Google it, go to Pinterest. I mean, there's multiple different resources where you can go find this stuff. Basically, view it as like this. The homeowner is a third grade child and they don't know shit from Shinola. So show them what is there. Most agents are just don't, honey. Don't worry about that. You don't need to know about those complicated things. You just go sit over there and look pretty. Okay, bye-bye.
It's because they don't have anything. There's no checklist. There's no marketing plan. They don't have anything to show.
They just got their first computer and it's running DOS. I mean, they are stepping up into the technology world very quickly, and the Book of Faces is something they've heard about on chat rooms.
That's right. Well, I don't know about that. I think everybody's mom and grandmother is now on Facebook. I was standing in line behind a 60-year-old in line the other day at a breakfast place, and she had her head buried in Facebook, which I thought was endlessly hilarious.
I have a 75-year-old client we just listed with, and we were sitting there doing the listing. She had her laptop, her tablet, and her smartphone, all of them at the simultaneous time, and I was teaching her how to do Facebook Lives, and she was blown away and so excited to do it with her grandkids.
Oh my gosh. All right. So here would be my contribution to helping to answer that question from a content marketing perspective. If the real ammunition for that and to prevent something like that is after that listing appointment, if you walked out of the door, because the unspoken thing is, the neighbor who purchased a few years ago asked me to visit with her since our team is leading the market. She did not buy the home with us and said she's having loyalty issues. So I feel like either she's calling out of the blue and not doesn't know how to respond to the call and hasn't met with the seller, or she did meet with the seller, did not walk out with the listing, and now is getting a call back from the seller saying, I was planning on going with you, but now I'm thinking about going with this other person. And the way to fix that or head off some of that as best that you can is if you walk out of there without a listing, if you walk out of a listing presentation or consultation without it signed, is make sure that you have testimonials and the marketing. If you haven't already sent them your marketing plan, send it to them. Send them your plan for how you bring homes to market. What you think maybe needs to be done to the home to get it ready for market and what the timelines are and how quickly you can bring it to market, like all that stuff. Like overwhelm them with like the value rocket ship, Greg, that you talk about. Document that as much as possible. And going back to testimonials, so if you can get them on like Facebook Live, if you can get them on video of any kind, if you can get something audio, just even if it's just in their house recorded on your little voice recorder on your smartphone, but literally any way you can get testimonials, get them, because that's where they really, really come in handy, is when you walk out of an appointment and don't get it, and you can just send them a whole bunch of testimonials from happy clients that were in very similar situations to them. That will blow away a lot of that stuff, and they're not going to consider going with some other agent just because they were the buyer's agent the last time.
I mean, we have
that shouldn't even be an issue.
We have our little trifold that we have. It's the dumbed down version of the big book that I bring. I'll tell you one thing, that big book, if you guys spend the money to get it done, I've never not gotten a listing when I bring that book. It is an incredibly powerful thing because it's bright, it's got good colors, it's perfect for me, big print and colors. But it also is really impressive because no one else has that. People try to be very boring and in the box, so step out of the box. I talk about blue water hunting and red water hunting. Red water hunting, guys, is doing what everybody else is doing in the marketplace. You cannot be unique and stand out if you do everything that someone else does, because I don't care how good Matt is or how good I am. If we were competing agents and we're doing the same thing, look, it would come down to personality and if we could make a relationship with the seller. And no, I'm not going to rip on you for something. I was like, come again? What? Oh, you were there still?
Well, Mike Holbrook has a suggestion, which is to shoot her. I just figured I'd mention that. He's messaging me during the show. So anyway.
Just shoot the bitch.
Just shoot her. Yeah.
But what you need to do is you need to figure out what is unique and different that you can stand out to the agent. Here is a free tip for you guys that you might want to do. There's a site called Animoto. There's a lot of them out there that you can go do. There's another one my brother sent me, but I'm going to just talk about Animoto here really quickly. When you go into the house and you're doing a preview, a lot of times people are going to, like what I used to do is walk behind them, take notes and everything else. Go in, download Animoto, then I think it allows you 6 or 7 photos. I could be wrong. But you ask permission of the seller to take photos so you can remember what the, all the finish levels and blah, blah, blah for when you come back with your numbers. Then when you get outside, you get the email address of the seller. You upload the photos into, because they have multiple different formats and they have like hundreds of thousands of songs of different genres, the whole thing. Pick a genre, pick a song, pick a format, and then upload an email back to them going, hey, so great to see you today. I look forward to working with you. Here is a sample of our type of the type of marketing that we're going to do for your home, and send it off to them. Nobody else is doing that. So you will stand out tremendously, and it costs you $0, everybody. So try that when you go to people's houses. And you know what? If you lose the listing because of whatever factor, no big deal. Wish them the best, because if something falls out with that listing agent, guess who's going to be second in line, because you did something. You did a little shock and awe and made them turn their head. So think of those ideas. Think of those out of the box things. Think of those things that you may or may not, think was interesting. I mean, Matt, what was the giftogram? That's another thing you can do. And you go buy something on 10 or 25 bucks or something, and you can send them a gift either pre or post the listing appointment. Nobody's doing that. Matt, we got where is it? Hold on, I'm going to show you something. And if Terry, my father, ever watches this, I'm going to vehemently deny it, because he's going to jump out of his skin with excitement. We got a listing that I did a follow-up on from a year and a half ago. No, Eileen. So guess what made us stand out?
What's up?
See's candy. I brought her a box of See's candy. She mentioned it when I went back. She's like, and you know what made us think of you? You brought us that See's candy. I'm like, oh shit, Terry is gonna just go through the moon. He's like, we should buy like 10 cases. I'm like, no. We still got cases. We'll do those first, okay, homeboy. Yeah. But we picked up a $500,000 listing just for bringing them a $6 box of See's candy.
I know. It's amazing how much like just something little like that will make all the difference. Whether it's so for example, there's a sushi restaurant up in Temecula, and like all sushi restaurants, they have sushi and they have Sapporo and they have sake, and it's a sushi restaurant, right?
Crazy.
But at the end, when they give you your bill, guess what comes with that bill?
Booze?
An Andes Mint for each
Andes
member.
Mint.
An Andes
Really?
Mint.
I don't even know what that is.
What? I'm sorry. What now?
Did I just blow your mind?
You just blew my mind. It's a chocolate. It's those rectangular, they're green wrapper, chocolate mint candy.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I see that.
Andes Mint. How dare you? How dare you feign ignorance of that wonderful candy?
Well, see, actually, that makes a really good point, because of the sushi place that's right across from my house, which is my favorite place to go. I can just happen to move next to it. So I'm like, get my food, or run back to my house. But you know what made me fall in love with them? At the very, very end, when I got the food, it was good. The people were nice, the whole 9 yards. But they give you like rice wine with little pieces of fruit. And I mean, it's like this much, it's nothing, but it is a really tasteful way to end the experience. I'm like, well, this just locked me in for life.
Yeah.
And so think, guys, what can you do? What skill set do you have? Maybe if you're a really good gardener, you got a big garden or something, bring them some fresh vegetables. No negative bad byproducts that all the major corporations are putting on all of our food now. It's healthy. Yeah. It's going to resonate with them. I talked to a lady, and her daughter had a major health care. Like we almost lost her earlier this year, like dead, final count. Check it out. And we started talking, and we came up with an idea. She's going to put the bacteria her daughter got can be on any surface. She never told me what the bacteria was. I don't know why. But she got her face next to the wipes in Safeway, to clean your hands and clean your carts.
Okay.
I said, well, you know what? We should your slogan should be, keeping it clean, and then hand out little wipey things. And when you go places, little wipe pads, that you can keep in your car or whatever else, just give them to people. Go to what is the name of those things? Like the hand wipey things, sanitizer stuff, or like the goo, that gel that you can clean your hands or whatever else. Yeah, like Purell bottles with custom logos on it. That's standing out. That's different. Okay. I mean, it's something fun too, and you can joke around. You can, like, she could bond and say, yeah, my daughter got really sick with this, you know, with the infection. This is how it's caught. I want to keep everybody clean and safe. You know, that's why I do this slogan. Now they're like, oh my God, I love this woman. She's so awesome. And look, she's thinking of our family. And I'm so glad her daughter's better. And we have a daughter. Bond.
Right.
Matt's like,
It was very elaborate. Yeah, that's good.
That's what I do, man.
All right.
Weave the web. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So we covered a lot of ground today, prospecting and questions and all that good stuff. So, Greg, why don't you refresh everyone's memory on the McDaniel Challenge? And and then guys, check out gregsfavoritescripts.com and farmlikegreg.com for the free and paid resources and all that good stuff. If you want to get more like in-depth training on how to do this stuff, the scripts and everything is a download that actually gives you the scripts in written form, and then a link to the video where you can see Greg go through them, so you can hear the phrasing and tonality and all that stuff. And we talked about the farming product earlier, the training video course with a lot of great content in there. So that's at farmlikegreg.com. And then the McDaniel Challenge.
McDaniel Challenge is a magical evening. We're going to spend glorious 1 to 2 hours together, blissfully getting to know each other in deeper levels. No.
Sounds super creepy.
I know. It really, with the little lisp at the end, it really creeped me out, actually. I stopped. It's about 1 to 2 hours, guys. What we do is we get together on the phone, and it's a free coaching session. There is no strings attached. There's nothing I'm going to ask you to buy. I'm not going to say, get your credit card out. It's only $59.95 for the first hour, and we discounted you to 25% for the second. Thanks so much. No. It is a lot of fun.
You're like a payphone. Like, if you want to hear the next tip, insert a quarter.
Do it quickly.
Your call is ending. Please insert quarter now.
Some people who are watching this don't even know what a payphone is. That's funny.
That's sad.
Yeah, it really is. But realistically, guys, it's 100% free. It's a lot of fun. It's an opportunity for me to give back to everybody that has been watching what Matt and I are doing, what Aaron and I are doing on lead gen scripts and objections. And I've found that the people I talk to, if you think you're on the fence, you're the perfect person that you should be calling me immediately, guys. I am booked out. Am I there? Booked out to March 22nd of 2017. My next booking after that, because I had a few people that booked before, is March 27th. And I got 3 spots left in March, and then, holy shit, then you're going to be in April. You're going to be an April kid. And so, don't be an April kid. Okay.
Yeah, nobody likes them.
Matt hung out with the April kids growing up.
Really? Really? You're going to go there. You're going to go there. All right.
But no, guys, I do it because I love you. And I truly want to see you guys succeed in this industry. I want to see you guys make the money that you want to make. And I'm tired. Matt and I are tired of watching all the up and coming agents get screwed over by paying too high of prices and not getting what you need when you need it. So stay tuned for what we're coming out with, our new product and a company, and the awesomeness that it's going to be. I have talked to a few people about it, and everyone says it is absolutely no-brainer, and they cannot wait for this to happen. So stay tuned, guys. Matt and I will be coming out with this very, very soon.
That's right.
Oh, Matt.
Yes.
My phone number. Oh my God! I almost forgot the best part of the show.
Well, that's one way to keep people from getting into April.
Just don't give them the contact.
Wow, we are off today. All right, so your phone number, 925-915-1978.
And we'll do it slower for all those folks that are in the bathtub. 925-915-1978. Go get them, guys. Or Facebook message me. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Snapchat. So you see when I go live. Like, I'm going to go live here in about 30 minutes. So
well, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about Pursuing Results, the new podcast that we're launching. So so next Thursday, the first episodes officially drop on iTunes. This is me and Greg's new show, and so we're obviously Real Estate Uncensored will continue to go into the foreseeable future, and we love doing that. But we wanted to talk to people in other industries about other topics and talk about more general success and entrepreneurship. So we are interviewing successful people about one book that changed their life, and so we've already done like 9 interviews. Those are in the can and edited, ready to go, and they're going to start dropping out to iTunes starting next Thursday. And if you're a fan of the page, the Pursuing Results page on Facebook, you've already seen these clip videos start to come out with clips from like Jay Sammet and Scott Hudspeth and Pasquale Scopoliti and all these guys that we've already interviewed. We have clips from their interviews up on that page. So go to Facebook facebook.com/pursuing results LLC, or you can just search for Pursuing Results. You'll find the page, like the page. All the video clips are there, and we're going to start when we do this next round of interviews from now on. We're going to do them on Smile Time, so you'll be able to see them streaming live right to that Facebook page. So that's the reason why you want to like that Facebook page. That way you see actually when we're recording the podcast and broadcasting it live, and you can actually join us and watch on Facebook. So that's going to be awesome.
And
make sure to like the page. That way you know when the latest episodes come out on iTunes. Subscribe on iTunes and all that stuff. That's going to hit next week. So you can't subscribe quite yet, but go to the Facebook page and like the page, and that way you get all the updates. So that's all I got.
Yeah, so you guys are epic beyond words. We love you to pieces. Help spread the word about the show, guys. When we go live from Smile Time, doing these from now on, because Google Hangouts are changing, and we're not sure if we're going to be able to be broadcasting through this portal anymore. So keep your eyeballs on your Facebook pages. We will be sharing this stuff out to major portals, and you guys will always, of course, then we can rip it and put it back up on YouTube, we think. So guys, we're bobbing and weaving here, so bob and weave with us. And then share it out on when you guys see it, even if it's a post show, share it out again out to your page. We'd be more than grateful for that small action for helping us spread the word and getting this in front of people that desperately need to watch us and laugh their asses off and have a good time. All the stuff that goes into hard work. All right, man. Let's put a bow on it.
All right, thank you so much, guys. We will see you on Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific. Until then, appreciate it. Thanks so much, guys.
Bye-bye.